Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 1, Episode 6 of It. Welcome to Derry. Last we saw, we got Bolt Street. You can see right there, it hasn't dropped yet. It is dropping in about a minute. The last thing we saw was Paulie's ghost walking up out of the sewer. We had Dick Halloran going out after him. They showed that the box is open, like the box that is where Dick locks everything up so that the evil, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't get out. It has been opened. We saw his grandfather did so in these visions. I was talking to people about it, and I'm assuming what they were saying as well, because they were saying, are we led to believe that his grandfather was a horrible piece of shit because of the way he treated the grandmother? Or was that just how it was portraying him so that it looked like he had to defend his grandma and it had to like take over this personality and make it so that it was like evil? I mean, it could go either way, I feel like, but I'm assuming that the grandfather was not a good dude, because somebody in our group was talking about, how do we know that the grandfather wasn't like a bad dude? Maybe it just made him a bad dude in that scenario, but I'm like, I don't think so. Why would he be afraid of his grandfather if that was the case? There had to have been bad things going on, and a lot of what revolves around in this show is like abusive fathers and stuff like that. So I've got to assume that is the case, which is probably why Dick is the way he is. I don't know though, like we're gonna probably find out, but we finally got Pennywise in that episode for a brief moment, but we saw the clown. It was this big theatrical thing where he jumped out. We saw Maddie and it wasn't Maddie and everything else. So let's just jump in and we'll see where we go from here. You want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon where you'll see every episode of It. Welcome to Derry in full unedited. You want your own requested short movie? Go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level. I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Doing Yellowstone, 1883, Warehouse 13, and Leverage. Once Upon a Time, Pushing Daisies, just finished Tulsa King, Rama 1/2, Fiona and Cake, and the Mighty Nine new animated shows are going on. Stranger Things final season is halfway done. Thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. Check it out. If not, Season 1, Episode 6, It. Welcome to Derry. And let's hope it's there. It's 1 minute after. And it's right on time. Oh my God, we even got him in the thumbnail. I want to see too much. In the name of the Father.
We know how to find the
Taniel.
pillars. The tunnels below Nebold.
In that case...
Oh, that's right. And Lily got that blade. Previously on Derry.
Daddy?
He's still down there.
Then we have to go save him ourselves.
Shawshank bus. And he
We
escaped.
have a mutual friend.
We're getting close.
Almost shot his own kid and took out Paulie. I was talking to people about that. Why is the military shooting 100 rounds at Taniel?
I see him too.
We're told that Taniel is the only guy that could do this ritual, whether that's true or not. And they all try to kill his ass. Creepy teeth. And that's where we end it. All right, 1935, so this is the next cycle. 1908 was when Shaw and Rose were kids. Is this Miss Kirsch, maybe? I'm thinking this might be Miss...
I don't want to go.
Because we already saw Shaw and Rose as kids. 1908. Is she bringing her down to the basement to, like, offer her to it or something? What is happening here?
This is where the clown told you to meet him?
Oh, great, there's a red balloon. Are they seeing things in black and white like we are right now? Because that is the only way this makes any sort of sense in the horror mind of this child.
Sweetheart, it's okay. It's just a balloon.
It's okay, it's just a balloon. Why the frig is there a balloon floating around like this in the basement? I don't give a shit. Like, what are we dealing with here? Lunatic people? I mean, I know the townspeople are affected.
This thing could change.
So he's blaming his son on Paulie's death?
See inside my head.
How is that possible, Lee?
I don't know. You don't leave your room without my permission.
Turn down.
Do you understand?
No.
Oh my God. That was like a double whammy. And all this, I just said how this is a lot of abusive fathers, but is it actually getting to him? Or is he just getting frustrated and lost his cool in general?
All of us together. And we kill it.
She looks too enthusiastic about this at this point.
expect us to listen to you? You are crazy.
I'm trying to save your dad, lady, but I mean, she is right. I agree with her. Yeah, Lily's definitely acting out of
You think I wanted this? This is what it wants.
It's turning us against each other.
I should have never let you out of Juniper Hill. She didn't mean that.
Ronnie maybe fired at her a little harsh, but Lily was already going. And then she's holding on real tight to the artifact.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Is that who the fuck I think that? Yeah, I got posters of this man all over town, Reggie. I'll
Don't
stay
you
on
think
site.
this is
I'll
one of
stay
the
on
first
site.
places they'd
promise
come?
I won't leave this room.
There are way too many people that know about this. I mean, I feel bad. We know he's innocent, but this is not good. So we go right to where he's hiding with his daughter that we just picked up off the street in broad daylight. Literally, that's the last place you go. In the movies and shows, they literally say, sorry I didn't come to you for help. But everyone would have expected that. Not, hey, the day after I've escaped prison, can you bring my daughter to where I am?
See?
Oh God, what is it?
Easy.
Honestly, it's not as bad as I
No,
thought.
it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's really not as bad as I thought it would be.
Makes sense. But if I was sure, I would stop that shit before he...
Oh, so he's seeing the dead. Okay. So I get why he's pounding bottles.
what
Imagine
happened,
everywhere you looked, you saw a dead person.
She realized I wasn't sleeping and why, and she taught me this trick.
Lock it away.
And imagine putting all the things you don't want to see no more inside the box. It forced itself into my head. Ripped that lid off.
Like, don't you think if you heard this story, if some guy goes, dude, I see dead things, even if I was faking it, I'd be like, oh shit, dude, I'm sorry about that.
But man, if I open my mouth, the voices, they don't ever stop.
So if he pretends he doesn't see him, they don't see him. Or they act like that, because they could probably see everybody. But like right now, wouldn't they hear him talking to Hanlon about it?
You know what Shaw's calling needs his boot shine, you fucking...
I'm your superior officer.
I don't give a fuck! Get out!
Do you think this guy gives a shit about the chain of command? Behind you is a guy with half his head blown off. And you're like, dude, you can't talk to me like that. Dude, this is beyond the job. Just because this is what you want and it's the right thing, like to you, it's the right thing.
What?
His best friend partner died.
Us in a cage with a goddamn monster.
I didn't know.
Hank Grogan's at the Black Spot.
Why is everybody
How'd he wind up there,
talking
Sean?
about this?
I put him there.
We have literally told
Yell,
more people in the first
scream,
20 minutes of
stomp,
this
do whatever it
episode.
is you need to do won't make a lick of difference.
I wouldn't be surprised if she like wilds out unintentionally and stabs somebody with that thing.
Who's gonna help you now?
Not a good
Down
look.
this very instant.
Especially coming from somebody who's been put in Juniper Hill multiple times at this point.
Everyone's still talking about how you escaped the jaws of death.
How about go away? I'm
Unless you'd
tired
rather
of you.
stay here with Ricky Ricardo and the other freaks.
I am a freak.
Hilarious. That was way better than I could have imagined. How are we all about to see that Hank is in there? Look what Lily did. That's the whole reason Hank's in this shit. Is because Lily panicked and was like, they made me do it. Now, a lot of people have been saying, and I kind of agree, there is the clown from back in the day, 1908. Boom. There it is. Because Miss Kirsch isn't old enough for that to be her, right? There's the clown. Oh my God.
You saw him.
Yes, please explain.
Of course it was you. I know you don't understand, but
There's the
he brought him
wig.
back. My old costume.
But how is she that old?
I was worried I might miss him.
She made us think clowns, so we'd fear clowns, so that we'd think of him.
My father was a carnival performer.
All right, so it is her dad.
He called himself Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
She would have to be like 60 or 70 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Hello, Mabel.
Did Miss Kirsch, like, feed children to him?
Finally came.
And it feeds off of fear. So Miss Kirsch isn't scared because she wanted this to happen. Papa?
Don't look back!
Oh, bad move, Mabel. You're about to get eaten. Oh, look at him move. What? It's gonna... Mabel just died. I could hear her getting ripped to pieces. I love the black and white with the red. Oh, and now it is Papa.
Pumpkin.
I can explain everything. Everything's gonna be all fine.
There is a pool of blood coming out from under the door, you crazy bitch.
Different, perhaps changed by whatever he'd been through or wherever he'd been. But every time that he would return, this shadow would steal my father away. So I did what I had to see him again.
I had to keep feeding him children to see him for like sporadic moments.
If you could see your father again, hold him. No one who dies here ever really dies. Lily!
This is a bad look. Screaming down Main Street in broad daylight.
I know where he's hiding, and it ain't the rail yards. A lady called in a tip. Didn't leave her name, but...
Miss Kirsch.
See, when the tip came in, I was cleaning up my desk. Seems they've lost confidence in my ability to serve and protect.
What are we gonna do now?
Hey, Sticks.
Drumsticks?
You play?
I love it. We're at a
are we
nightclub
playing?
drinking.
You know how to use these?
So Miss Kirsch is going in full costume. She needs this to be the catalyst to scare them while she's the clown. Oh, look, there's dust coming. Dust, they're like a whole bunch of people, and they're gonna start some shit. But we're on base. How did they get by? Are they just gonna come in hot? Oh. Are they just gonna start killing people? Are we ending the episode there? No way. All right, everybody, that is it for episode 6 of season 1. In the Name of the Father was the name of that episode. I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, shit's about to get crazy. But I didn't know what was gonna happen. I thought they were gonna secretly like kind of come in to where the black spot is and set it on fire. I thought everybody was going to get drunk and be dancing and singing, and then all of a sudden you're going to see smoke and the whole place is going to like ignite. I didn't expect everyone to roll up in their cars with shotguns and masks and look like they're going to just violently take everybody out. See, I know from the lore that this place catches fire. There is like a big fire or something like that. Like I know bits and pieces throughout the history from the show, from the movies, from just hearing things and reading things. But I thought it was going to be handled in a way like, all right, we know he's in there. Tell us where he is or we're going to smoke him out. And they didn't cooperate, so they burned the place down or like I said, secretly set it on fire. So Clint Bowers tells us that he has packed his shit and they fired his ass. And he's basically telling everyone in the bar, I know where he is. We got a tip. It had to have been Miss Kirsch. You could clearly see Miss Kirsch is putting on the costume. Why would she be doing that unless she knew where they were heading? So she called in the tip right before he got fired, said, hey, I know where Hank is. Even though she was the one hooking up with Hank, this could have all been premeditative. She might have started hooking up with Hank, knowing that somewhere down the line she'd have to pull some shenanigans and create chaos so that she could see Papa again, because we find out, even though we thought certain things, everything was pretty much confirmed in this. We pretty much knew that Kirsch was related to the guy at the carnival, and she was possibly the girl in the white wig. I did look up at Madeline Stowe. Madeline Stowe is the actress that plays Miss Kirsch. She is about 70 years old in real life. So what I'm trying to figure out is in 1908, we saw what looked like a teenage girl or a girl in her late teens, early 20s dressed as the clown with the white hair, which was Mr. Kirsch's daughter. We just heard, she said it. They confirmed that was her. But every 27 years is a cycle. We're on the third cycle because 1908 was a cycle. Then 1935 was a cycle. So now we're into 62. That would mean, let's say she was 16 years old. She definitely looked like she was older than 16, but let's just say she was 16 years old at that point. That would mean that she would have to be around 70 years old right now, which, like I said, I looked up Madeline Stowe, and she is 70 years old in real life. I just feel like she was older than 16 at that point, and I feel like a lot of people are going to look at Madeline Stowe and be like, that lady looks like she's like 50, maybe 60 years old. So it to me, it's just confusing the timeline, even though technically it does make sense, and she could have been 16 years old and right now is like 70, 72. It just, in my mind, doesn't look like she is. Like, they should have used a much older actress to play Miss Kirsch in current time, even though I love Madeline Stowe, she's a phenomenal actress and everything, I just feel like that part of it is confusing things for some people. And I really know the story and the lore and the timelines and everything. I just feel like she doesn't look old enough to be that person. She is now bringing children. We see Mabel. There's this little girl, Mabel, in 1935. She's like, I see this scary clown. She literally goes, bring me to him, goes to the basement. I'm like, what is this crazy bitch doing? Yeah, it's because she's trying to feed children to the clown because she thinks the clown is her father. But once you see a pool of blood and a child being eaten, even if it was your father, why would you want to do that? But she's telling Lily, like, yeah, like, wouldn't you want to see your dad again? Clearly, Miss Kirsch has something mentally wrong with her for her to not differentiate things here and realize that what she's doing is wrong. Just by the fact she's putting on the costume and going back to do it all again, she probably wants to dance around in the fire of all the chaos of what's about to happen so that she could scare the kids again. And then, therefore, they see the clown. The clown is the scariest shit they could ever imagine. And they see her father and she could see her father again. Totally insane. While this is going on, the second craziest thing I seen all episode, and then I'm going to end it because I'm talking too long, is that everyone and their mother knows where Hatchet Hank is. Hank is hiding out in the worst possible place you could ever hide. Even the cop guy said, I checked it out, and it makes sense that he'd be there. Why? Because it is a nightclub specifically for black people, because back then they had to have their own place to hang. So, like, literally a couple weeks ago, we pull some strings, Halloran pulls some strings. They're like, you know what? We'll give you a place where you could all hang and drink. And now we hide Hank there. Like, even if Miss Kirsch and all these other things didn't happen, why there? Then on top of this, we're bringing children by. We're telling everybody. We already know that Hanlon is not thinking rationally, smacking his kid around. And the wife goes, yeah, I just want to let you know Hank is over at this place and I'm going to take him and we're going to get away. And then me and your kid are getting the fuck out of here. Like, so many people knew where Hank was hiding. It almost didn't even matter at that point if Miss Kirsch said anything because they'd have to be stupid not to look there first. So now everybody is there with guns and masks and they're ready to start some shit. So I'm going to go edit this up. You want to see more of what I do? In the description link for Patreon, you'll see every episode of It Welcome to Derry in full unedited. You want your own requested show or movie? Go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Doing Yellowstone, 1883, Warehouse 13, and Leverage. Pushing Daisies, Once Upon a Time. Just finished Tulsa King Season 3. Currently doing Rama 1 Half, Fiona and Cake, and the Mighty Nine's new animated show, Stranger Things. Final season has already begun. We're halfway through thousands of other movies and shows. Full unedited, check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.